Hey folks, and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we are going to be talking about MEMC in your television as a feature. What exactly is it? What does it do for your television? Does it improve your image, picture or video quality? Or does it hamper that viewing experience? Now, I know a lot of us are not into tech jargon, so I'm not going to waste your time with that. Of course, when we walk into a showroom or when we walk in to buy a television, you don't exactly go through every single specification in the spec sheet. At least the majority of us don't do that. But what we do focus on when we buy televisions is number one, the picture quality, and number two, sound quality. And since MEMC is a feature which deals with picture or image quality in your television, that's exactly what we're going to focus on, and from a user experience perspective. So again, no tech jargon, and if you want to really know what it does for your television, this is the right video, and we will find out together if MEMC as a feature is worth your money in the television that you buy. Let's find out, folks. Okay, so what is MEMC? Well, simply stated, it stands for motion estimation and motion compensation. So what exactly does it do for your TV? Let me use an example to explain this more effectively. Now, let's take movies as an example. All movies are shot in 24 frames per second. So what this technology does, or what this feature does, is it takes those 24 frames per second, inserts additional frames into it so that the content is made to look like 60 frames per second, thereby making it smoother. You see where the name comes from? So that's effectively what MEMC does in your television. Now, when it comes to this feature, it has two different camps. One camp which loves the feature, the other one which hates the feature. In fact, a lot of movie makers, directors, they still do not recommend MEMC, and in fact they suggest that you turn this feature off while you're watching their movies. Whereas on the other hand, you have a handful of movie makers, Peter Jackson as an example that I can think of immediately, who shot the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and that was shot at a higher frame rate. The Gemini Man, this particular movie, was shot at a whopping 120 frames per second. 120 FPS. So you do have these two camps. One camp which loves MEMC as a feature, the other one which hates MEMC as a feature. So how do you get to know whether you're gonna fall into the camp which likes or dislikes this particular feature? It's a very simple fix and a simple solution. Have you ever walked into a showroom, a television showroom, and you have these plethora of televisions on display there, and all of them are playing these excellent 4K videos? Now, if you are one of those people who like what you're seeing, then you most likely are going to belong to the camp which likes MEMC as a feature to have on TVs. Now, the reason why I say that is because most of the videos that are played in these TV showrooms are all videos which are 60 frames per second videos. Mostly 4K 60 frames per second videos, and that's why, you know, it looks different to maybe your television which you have at home. If your television is an old television and if you like what you see in the showroom, then there's a very good chance that number one, you do not have MEMC in your television unit back home. Number two, you belong to the camp who actually likes or loves MEMC as a feature. And a very simple way to find out whether you are gonna fall to either of these camps is to run a very simple search on YouTube. Just type in 4K 60 FPS trailers, and you would have loads and loads of videos which have actually been converted rather to 60 frames per second. Because remember what I told you, movies are generally shot in 24 frames per second. So all these trailers, all these videos which are, I mean, some of them might have been shot in 60 FPS, but movies, if you look at movie trailers, these movie trailers have most likely been converted using a software so that it looks like 60 FPS and are 60 FPS. Now, You can't do that, all right, without using a software, number one. Number two, for MEMC to work effectively, you need a chip in your television. So it is hardware dependent. You can't do this using an app, or you can't do this using a software on your TV. You can do this using a software on your computer because, hey, your computer comes with graphics card and it requires graphical power to be able to convert standard 24 frames per second movies to 60 FPS as well. So on your computers you can do this, but you can't do this on your TV. So while you're out to purchase a TV, you have to make that decision right then and there and ask the salesperson whether the feature is available on that particular television set or not. I understand that during these tough times, one may not have the luxury of maybe going out to showrooms and seeing these televisions in person. That's exactly why I'm making this video, so that you understand the easiest way to find out what exactly is this MEMC and whether you're gonna fall into the camp which loves them or which hates them. Easiest way, just type in 4K 60 FPS trailers. If you like what you see, you love the feature, and you should have it on your television. Having said that, if a television offers MEMC as a feature at no additional cost, as an example, if we are talking about the Motorola ZX Pro as a TV, now this has something called RTCE. I think they call it real-time compensation engine or something, but it's an advanced version of MEMC. And if you're getting it at the same cost as another television which doesn't offer it, for instance, a television which I own, the Nokia TV, and if both the televisions are coming at 35,000, and if I have to make a choice between the two, this is one of those features which definitely is gonna have my attention, because this feature is that important to me. Why is it important to me? I am very fond of action movies. I'm very fond of gaming. Well, I'm not into sports, but if you are one of those people who likes action movies, who likes gaming, who likes sports, then this is a must-have feature for you to have. That's in my personal opinion. Why? Because it makes all that fast-moving objects, fast-moving people, etc. It makes all of that content look so much better. Apart from that, even if you are watching, let's say, content in 720p, you don't have a high-speed internet, and you have to resort to watching YouTube content or videos in 720p. Trust me when I say this, this feature makes your 720p content look so much better. I do not have a set-top box personally, but since I know, I have tried out videos in 480p even on YouTube, and even that content actually looks better because of this particular feature called MEMC. All right. So if your television has MEMC plus an AI upscaler, then you're in for a treat, because it will definitely be a better viewing experience. And hey, I always say this, I'm gonna say this again in this video as well. It is better to have a feature and the ability to turn it on or off than to not have that feature at all. So if you are getting the MEMC feature in a television which comes at the same price as the other televisions in the competition, for instance, there is the Nokia TV, there is maybe the View television, there is the Mi television, you have to see whether it comes with MEMC or not. Now another point to note is some televisions only offer the MEMC in their top end variant, meaning only 65-inch televisions actually come with the MEMC feature. So you have to read the fine notes as well, because when you're buying a Mi TV as an example, the 43-inch variant does not have MEMC, whereas the same model in the 65 inches actually has MEMC. So you do have to read the fine print before you make that purchase. Okay, now I'm gonna play the same clip for you on two televisions, one which has MEMC, one which does not have MEMC. And I don't know if the camera will be able to capture the quality of this particular feature, but I'm gonna try recording this video in 4K 60 FPS while I'm displaying the same clip on these two different televisions. Now again, if you are watching the content personally, which means sitting right in front of the television, then I'm confident you are definitely going to notice the change. But since this is being captured on the camera, you may or may not be able to figure out the difference. But I guess we'll find out, once we have the recording. So let's cut to these clips and find out together. Okay, so the first clip that I'm going to play is from the movie Spider-Man. It's just a small clip. I want to show that the quality is 1080p. So this is a full HD video that I'm playing. And I also wanted to mention that this video is not a 60 FPS video. So when you play videos on YouTube, you do have an option of playing 60 frames per second videos. This particular video is not in 60 FPS. It is a standard, video, which was shot in 24 FPS because this is a movie clip. And I'm currently playing it at 1080p. So what does it look like when it's played in 1080p? And this is without MEMC because the Nokia television does not have MEMC. So here's that shot. I won't be able to play it for long, but please notice the motion smoothness while our beloved Spidey is swinging across the city. I don't know if you can make that out on the camera and how well the camera captures this, but I just wanted to show you this short little clip, and I'm gonna pause here. Okay, now we're gonna do the same exercise with our television, which does have MEMC, so that you get to know the difference, and you can play the videos back to back just to understand how MEMC actually affects your movie experience. So let's find out by taking a look at the television with MEMC. Okay, now this is the Reliance television that I have, which does have MEMC. Now different televisions might call it different things. Now on this particular television, if I go into my picture settings, then the MEMC is called motion optimization. But if you buy a MI television, or if you buy a Sony television, or if you buy a Samsung television, it might be called something else. Some people might just call it the plain Jane name, MEMC. But in my case, it's the motion smoothness, I believe. That's what it was called, right? Now for Sony television is the X reality flow. For me televisions, it's motion flow or reality flow, I believe that's what they call it. Now in this TV, it's called the motion optimization. And I just want to show that it's kept at high settings, so that when I play the clip, you'll be able to understand the difference between non-MEMC versus MEMC content. So let's just jump into the clip straight away. I want you to particularly notice the smoothness while our beloved Spidey swings across the city. Notice how smooth this is. And I'm going to stop it right here because that's where we stopped at. Now, of course, what I want to show is again that this video is being played at 1080p. All right. Okay, let's finally answer that question. Is the MEMC feature on your television worth your money? In my personal opinion, it definitely is. Because hey, when you're watching any content on your television, what does the content generally have these days? You're either watching action movies, you're either watching sports, or maybe you're playing games on your television. And for all these things, the MEMC definitely comes handy because it improves your viewing experience and it gives you that additional punch, you could say, while watching the content on your TV. At the end of the day, we are shelling out our hard-earned money from our pocket. And if a television is offering MEMC at no extra cost, then my suggestion and my recommendation is to definitely go in for it. Because at the end of the day, you can turn it on or off. It is a feature. that you would like on your television rather than not having it at all. Now, having said that, my Nokia television does not have MEMC. I definitely miss having MEMC on it because there are certain action movies which I prefer watching with the MEMC turned high. All right, I'm one of those people who belong to the camp who love MEMC. I would highly recommend that you do get a television which has this particular feature. It makes a big difference. It definitely does. Even if you're watching anything which is like an SD content, if you have downloaded a movie in 720p, if you're watching anything which is in maybe 480p, you don't have a very good internet connection, etc., then trust me when I say this, MEMC will make a difference. It will make your content look better. With that said, we come to the end of this video. My suggestion is go for MEMC and go for it in a TV if you're getting it at the same price as other televisions which do not offer MEMC. So I hope I've been able to explain and help you in your purchasing decision while talking about MEMC. If you do like this video, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well. It takes time and effort to make these videos, and it would definitely motivate and encourage me to put out more content like this for all you good folks. So based on the analytics that I've seen, most of the people who view my videos, you have not subscribed to it. What are you waiting for, guys? Please hit that like and that subscribe button. In fact, go ahead and hit that bell icon as well, so that every time I put out a video, you are going to get notified that a new video of mine has actually been released. So please, please, please hit that like and subscribe and button, and also share it with your friends and family members in case they are on the lookout to buy a television. With that said, we come to the end of this video. Hope you have enjoyed this one, folks. Take care, God bless, and see you in the next one.